So, well, if you look at my bio, on the back of the book, I actually put Chinese American because of that reason where I don't want to fully say, well, I mean, I haven't tested my blood, who knows, I know, Malaysian blood could be too, right? But because I don't see that in my bloodline per se, that I'm like, okay, I'm careful to say that I'm Chinese American in my bio so that people are clear on where I get my influences from. But that being said, I do feel like I have been very welcome in Taiwanese and Taiwanese American groups, and that they've been very supportive just because I'm able to like understand more and be willing to learn about things, right? And just to have that open perspective of, you know, just, I don't know how to say it, but being educated in a way, you know, about Taiwan and Taiwanese. And I don't know if that answers your question, but.
No, it does. I mean, sometimes it's just playing devil's advocate. Just like trying to understand a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree with John that I have the right to make a decision if you want to identify. So I agree with that. It's a decision about some kind of culture selection. You can select one culture to identify with. I think that is okay.
I think this is an excellent topic.
Yeah.
Because as I said earlier, at TU Abt, we are trying to build a wider and more inclusive Taiwanese American community. Because we have to, for those that they have an appreciation for Taiwanese culture, and they want to recognize us, they want to be friends with us. Of course, we are all welcome to include them to be part of our Taiwanese American, community. And I also believe that identification is not necessarily related to blood. The case Jiang was talking about was these Caucasian women, and she is trying to be included in a certain very niche black culture. Maybe she was trying to find a job within the black community.
She was like president of that.
What?
She was the head of the NAACP.
Yeah. So so there's some economic or some political agenda behind it. So she looks white, completely white, but because of a political, maybe I'm not sure. Maybe she has a political agenda or not. I'm not 100% sure. But from a white, and she want to identify with a black person. But that's way too radical, But for Asian people, you cannot, or even people in Taiwan, although you're Shiraya blood or you're Chinese blood, it's difficult to tell. So it all comes down to what we want to be, in the future. So if we do have a common goal, we're going to plan a future together. Of course, we should. The people have the right to make their choice, to identify, with.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. The same situation happened in Taiwan, and we hope that the people from mainland China and have the same reading with us, because we want to have the same future, the same road to go on the road after, to have our own country that is different from China. And it's not based on product, don't think me wrong. Yeah, and I think that the issue about broad is that I just want to say no to the lies from KMT that we cover the bad story about that. And when we want to make a nation, a new nation, we want a common views.
Yeah.
And it's important that the Commonwealth is not based on broad, of course. It's based on, but we hope that we can make a selection or make a decision that about that they can choose Taiwanese culture, choose Taiwan as their name, even the people from China to get the rose Taiwan. So that's the two phases of situation.
Okay, Jim just listen.
Sorry, I think to continue.
But let me introduce a little Jim's background. He has a degree from UCL in Asian American Studies. So I think his perspective will be very educational, authentic.
Okay, now that's too much. But yes, I was actually thinking about, I know people that know me think I only do car stuff. But actually I spent 4 years studying Asian American Studies, and I felt it's really fulfilling. And to Simon's points, like when you were saying that part of the TUF goal is to broaden the audience, and I think the valuable part of literature in the scope of it is storytelling, right? It adds a dimension in addition to historical fact. I can read something in an encyclopedia about a factual event, and then literature comes to add flavor and texture on top of that, and is more attractive to bring in a broader audience. I think my question is, what do you guys see in terms of, how soon, or maybe it's already happening in the future, is to include and to get these stories as a part of curriculum, right? As part of the educational, program, because I think, again, I go back to years ago where I felt that I learned the most about other cultures is when I read similar stories, and I understood about, Japanese Americans and how they immigrated and obstacles they had in America, or different people, whatever, African politics or whatever it is, and the different things that happen. Do you see, one maybe from an Asian American perspective is how soon can a piece like yours be maybe circulated into Asian American Studies curriculum here, and in Taiwan, how soon, or do you see a future that stories that are related to Taiwan's true history can be a part of standard education?
After we have our own nation, our own government, our own textbooks, and maybe 5 or 10 years. After we really have our own nation, the situation is quite different in American and from that in Taiwan, because that Taiwan has its own nation. It's occupied by KMT, but even the nation name is not our own, and the scope of the nation is not what we so it's quite hard for us that to be educated there, and I think that we have to have our government, our own government, our own education system, our own program, and that's the time that we can build out the cultural education system to make our people that everybody will come to Taiwan, he will become a Taiwanese. But no, that's no chance. Almost no chance.
Well, in America, it's definitely more open, but there was a movement, I don't know if you've heard about, a year ago. There was this hubbub in the children's literature community because they found that all the best books that were being voted were not diverse books. And so they actually ended up doing this movement, the hashtag, we need diverse books, because they wanted to make sure that there was sort of a multicultural representation in what, you know, libraries and schools and especially kids were trying to, you know, learn from. So I think people are aware in America, but there is still sort of also a barrier, but at least there's like a movement to want to change things. So I think that's a good step. And then the nice thing about America, like there was this high school student that picked up my book, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna request it in the school library." So I think even on the individual level, at least in the U.S., there's a chance for readers who connect with it can recommend it to their schools or their public libraries.
Okay, well, last question before we dinner. Dr. Chen. 영감에 따라
Starting from dinner.